10 strongest heralds of Galactus ranked by strength. Number 10. Sabretooth, the herald who chose duty over power. In the main Marvel world, Sabretooth is usually seen as Wolverine's enemy, but in other versions of the story, he acts differently. On Earth 295, he gets involved with a problem happening on Earth 552, where Galactus is actually a good guy who protects the universe. Galactus is in trouble because Silver Surfer, who used to work for him, has turned evil and is now causing chaos across space. Since Galactus is too weak to fight, Sabretooth asks him for the power cosmic, super strong space powers, so he can stop Silver Surfer. Sabretooth wins the fight and saves both the universe and the good version of Galactus. Galactus is so impressed that he offers to let Sabretooth keep the powers and stay with him, but Sabretooth says no and chooses to go back and keep working with his team, the Exiles. Number 9. Fallen One, the most dangerous and unstable herald Galactus ever created. The Fallen One was the very first helper Galactus tried to make. He used dark energy to create him, so the Fallen One got power over something called black matter. One cool thing about this power is that it let him make himself stronger, way stronger, with no known limit. The Fallen One was so powerful and wild that even Galactus thought he was dangerous. That says a lot, because Galactus almost never sees anyone as a real threat. What made things worse was that the Fallen One was just naturally evil, which makes sense since he was made from dark energy. In the end, Galactus decided it was too risky to keep him around and kicked him out. Number 8. Terrax the Temare, the ruthless herald who was forced into service. Tyros was his real name, but when he worked for Galactus, he went by Terrax the Temare. He used to be a mean ruler of a city called Lanlac on the Moonverge. From the start, Tyros was ruthless, and that's actually why Galactus picked him. He thought Terrax's cold and tough attitude would make him a better helper than the ones before. Unlike the other heralds, Terrax didn't choose to work for Galactus. He was forced. Because of that, Terrax wasn't very loyal. This made things risky for Galactus since Terrax was super powerful. With the power cosmic, Terrax could even destroy whole planets. Number 7. Airwalker, the loyal herald who sacrificed everything for Galactus. Airwalker, whose real name was Gabriel Lan, was the second person to become a herald for Galactus after Silver Surfer. He was very loyal to Galactus and even gave his life fighting off a fleet of warships trying to attack him. Airwalker didn't mind finding new planets for Galactus to eat, and when he got a small bit of Galactus's cosmic power, he became way stronger. Before that, Gabriel was a brave member of the Nova Corps and a hero on his home planet. He was already strong and a good fighter, but after getting the power cosmic, his strength became unbelievably huge. If it weren't for the super advanced weapons used by the Ovoid aliens, he might have survived and still be helping Galactus today. Number 6. Morg, the brutal and loyal herald who wiped out his own kind. Morg started off as an alien executioner who showed no mercy. He was super dangerous right from the beginning and had no kindness at all, kind of like Terrax, but very different from the more caring Silver Surfer. Even though he was heartless, Morg was very loyal to Galactus and didn't feel bad about destroying entire planets for him. Before Galactus even picked him, Morg had already destroyed his own people. The other heralds saw how powerful Morg was and got really worried. They knew he was too dangerous to be left alone, so the Silver Surfer brought them together to stop Morg before he could do any more damage. Number 5. Thor, the herald who betrayed Asgard for Galactus. In the regular Marvel stories, Thor is a hero who fights for good and teams up with other superheroes. He uses his super strength to protect everyone, but in a special What If story, we see a very different version of Thor, one where he becomes a helper for Galactus. Thor decides to join Galactus because he wants to save his home, Asgard, but when he gets there, it's already destroyed. With nothing left, Thor lets Galactus eat what's left of Asgard. After that, Thor keeps working for Galactus, helping him find more planets to eat, even though people live on them. This version of Thor is really different from the hero fans are used to, which makes the story surprising and interesting. Number 4. Destroyer Armor, the sentient armor, turned unstoppable herald of Galactus. When Galactus's helper, Pyreus Krill, also known as Firelord, wants to quit, he has to find someone to take his place. First, he asks Thor if he wants the job, but Thor says no, so they come up with another idea. Maybe the destroyer armor could do it. Galactus agrees and gives the armor a mind of its own. Even though it sounds strange, the destroyer armor turns out to be a great choice. It's super strong, able to lift over 100 tons, and has even beaten Thor in a fight. The armor was already really powerful because Odin had enchanted it to hold the spirits of the Asgardians. But when it got the power cosmic from Galactus, it became even stronger than before. Number 3. Anti-Man, the herald of life, whose power outmatches even the Sentry. No one knows exactly how strong Anti-Man is, but he was able to beat the entire Avengers team all by himself the first time they fought. Since the Avengers are super powerful, that shows just how crazy strong Anti-Man really is. He has beaten heroes like the Sentry, Ares, Wonder Man, She-Hulk, and Blue Marvel without any help. Because of his amazing power, Galactus chose Anti-Man to be his first ever Herald of Life, which is a new kind of helper Galactus made just for him. Number 2. Superman, the brainwashed herald of Galactus Galactus who fought for his freedom. It's not something you see every day, DC and Marvel characters in the same story, but that's what happens when Superman meets the Fantastic Four and Galactus. After getting a message, Superman learns that it wasn't an explosion that destroyed Krypton. It was Galactus. So, Superman leaves the DC universe and enters the Marvel one. Once there, Galactus makes Superman his new helper, using mind control to make him follow orders. At first, Superman helps Galactus find empty planets to eat, but they aren't enough to keep Galactus going. So, Superman leads him to a planet with people on it. That's when Superman finally wakes up from the brainwashing. He teams up with the Fantastic Four to stop Galactus, and together, they convince him to go back to eating uninhabited planets instead. Number 1. Silver Surfer, the Alpha Plus threat and most powerful herald of Galactus. The Silver Surfer is probably the most well-known and one of the strongest helpers Galactus ever had. He was called an Alpha Plus threat by a space hero named Icon, which means he's super dangerous. The Nova Corps also said he could possibly destroy the whole universe, and they weren't joking. He's strong enough to blow up planets, stars, and even entire galaxies if he gets extra cosmic energy. He's fought really tough heroes like Thor, Abomination, and the Hulk, and won. He's even survived battles with powerful enemies like Thanos and Galactus. When Galactus first made Silver Surfer his helper, he changed his mind to block out his feelings and memories, turning him into a serious danger to other planets. But once Silver Surfer got his feelings back, he decided to fight for good and make up for all the bad things he did while working for Galactus.